So this is the mainly four four ways. The mainly object can consist of the uh, four things. So that is state and behavior and identity. Okay. So we know that it's a object is an instance of the class. That's a basic unit of object-oriented programming that represent a real-world entities. It's a real-time entity. So a typical Java program creates many objects and which, as you know, interact by invoking the methods. The objects are what perform your code and they are part of your code visible to the user. So we can see the objects, right? So that is part of what we can perform using those objects. So how it will be seen? This is the method means a method is a collection of statements that perform some specific task and return the results to the caller who is calling that. So whenever we are calling a specific task, we are performing a specific task that is called as an object. Okay. So we are calling through the object. So we are calling through an object. That is a thing. Okay. So just we see an example of the use of class and objects. So let's see. So this is an example of. So I have created a class GFG like I can place anything like so, so I have created a class. So I have created the so what I'm trying to do is I have created a class with a stack. The properties I have declared in a class, employee name and employee salary with the two different type of data. So string type and float type. These are the static variables. So static. So I have method a static method, declare a static method. So what's happening here? So whenever we are accessing the static methods and static methods and static properties, static variables. So we no need to create an object. So we can directly call those properties and methods using the class name. We can directly, this is the class name, right? We can directly call those properties and methods using the class name in the main method. Okay. These are the static methods, set and get. Okay. So why? Because I have used a static keyword. Okay. So the static keyword, whenever we are creating it, whenever uh, we have every class have a default constructor. So the default constructor uh, will allocate the memory whenever we are just uh, calling that class. So that automatically create a space for it. Okay. The static blocks automatically create the space whenever we are compiling itself. Okay. So this will directly we can call with the class name. Okay. I have sent a name and salary. So I have get it. So if we see this example, as output. So we will directly so I have pastry here. I'm going to save. Okay. So I'm going to run directly. So as tech, I'm going to run. So the employee name is Rathod Avinash and the employee city is 10,000. Okay, these are this is printed. Okay, the values it is printed. Why? Because here I'm calling the set method, set static method. This is a set static method. I'm passing the string, that is the name, and the float is the salary, employee salary. And I'm assigning it to the this class level variables. So here I have assigned directly. Okay. So next I have called the get method. So I have printed these values. Okay. This is about the object create without use of class and objects. Like we can directly call these properties and methods in the particular class. Okay. So we have the object-oriented concepts like class, object, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, and abstraction. These are the uh, major four parts is uh, like inheritance, encapsulation, and polymorphism, abstraction, and polymorphism. These are the four concepts main. And with that, class and objects also. These are comes under the OOPS concepts. We are right currently we are learning the OOPS concepts. These are the OOPS concepts. So OOPS means object-oriented concepts. The four pillars of the Java OOPS concept is so we consider it as so if we consider that abstraction, one is abstraction, abstraction, encapsulation, encapsulation. So next, inheritance, inheritance, and the fourth one is polymorphism. Okay. These are the four pillars of the object-oriented concepts. So already we have earlier discussed, but just a brief. Next, each and individual, we see an example with it, exactly what it will happens and how it will be used. So the definitions is abstraction is a property where virtue of which only the essential details are displayed to the user. The required details, the essential details, if you want to show to the user whatever the essential, what is the required details for the user, those only we will display. The remaining, all the remaining details we won't show to them. So to um, show that only essential details to the user, we have to use this data abstraction concept. So, for example, uh, if we have a like if we have that like if we take any real time example, the if we take the car as an example, so uh, whenever we are trying to drive a car, so we know that how to press the accelerator and how to increase the speed and how to control how to gear. But uh, so what is the internal implementation of it? So what happens when we are starting, when we are pressing the accelerator and all? So the user doesn't know. It will like when we are put the key and when we start that internal implementation, the carbohydrate will generated the heat and then that will start the engine and those what is the mechanism behind the scenes we don't know that. So the user know what he wants is the accelerators and brakes and etc what it is required. So internal implementation of the car and how it is working, those are not required to the user, so we won't show to them those details. Okay, so this is about abstraction, and the encapsulation is hiding. It's a say it's a combine the data members and member functions in that single unit. So binds the data code and data together. Okay, so that is about encapsulation, and inheritance is to inherit the properties from the parent class to child class. So that is about the inheritance. So, and the polymorphism is we have say polymorphism. Like we can use the same method with the many forms. Like we have seen that method overloading, right? So we have the concepts of the method overloading and method overriding. These are the two concepts of the polymorphism. So with the same name, we are using in a different ways. So that is that comes under the polymorphism. We can same name with that different ways we can use it. Okay, so we'll see one by one tomorrow. Any question? We have already seen these concepts previously also, I hope. So, oops. We have seen earlier the concepts object, class, inheritance, and polymorphism and encapsulation. So we have seen the definition, binding the data and code together into a single uh, unit known as the encapsulation, hiding the internal implementation and showing the required functionality only to the user known as the abstraction. If one task is performed in a different way, so known as a polymorphism. Okay, inheritance is a object acquires all the properties and behaviors of the parent object. So it provides the code reusability and we can achieve runtime polymorphism using the inheritance. These are the four concepts, and I've seen that class and object as well. Okay. This is just we have seen the definitions and we'll see that implementation of it. So each individual implementation. So what is the abstraction, how it will be, and what is the concept in the abstractions, abstraction Java. So in the abstraction, what are the methods and how it will create and what we will use to achieve the abstraction of a class. So we'll see the example one by one. It will take that 2 days time. So tomorrow I will take the abstraction and encapsulation, and the day after tomorrow we'll see that inheritance and polymorphism. Then these object-oriented concepts will cover. Okay. So we have the method overloading also, but we have already discussed the method overloading, but we'll see once again. Okay. So after that, we will start the interfaces. That is the no. After that, we'll check the packages, Java packages, and this like method overloading and overriding and Java packages three in the next class. Okay. So after that, we'll see the Java interfaces. So, so I hope you are understanding, but if you are not, please let me know. We'll see accordingly. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, before starting these four pillars of Java, we did one example of some.
Yes. Which one?
Yeah, yeah. This one, sir. Can we use this scanner for this?
Yes, we can use.
So how do we give? Because here we are taking new numbers here.
Uh,
Does it take new again?
New. What is the new? What is the means of new?
New. If we are taking
Why we are
object,
using new here? Whenever we are using the new keyword, what will happen?
it generates new.
Gen- It generates
Sir,
what it will generate.
new new number. No,
New
no, no.
number. No. Every time we are using new, right? Not only the number.
Yes.
So what it is then mean by new? So what it is number? Numbers. What is it? What it is? Numbers.
Number is objects, right? We are declaring
Here, what it is number? Anyone?
class name.
Exactly. Numbers here they have taken as a class name. So
Mm.
for that class, what we are creating?
Object.
We are creating object. So so when we are creating an object, we have to use the new. So when
Keyword. Yes.
new keyword. Whenever we use a new keyword, that will create the memory for that particular object.
Mm.
Okay. We can write like
Yes.
this also. Without we can write like this also. So what I'm trying to do is here I have
Mm.
a reference variable. This is a reference variable of this class. So I have created a reference variable and I'm creating a object here. Whenever we are creating the new keyword, at that time only it will take it as an object. Until unless if we won't get a new keyword, it won't create an object for that particular class. So if I I can create the instance of the one class, I can call the create the object for the another class. Using this object, we can also like ABC. For example, this is another class if we have. So this is a constructor, right? Constructor of which class? ABC class. Okay. I'm creating the object for the ABC class, not this
Mem
numbers class,
further. Yes.
not the number class. I'm creating object for the ABC class. Here I'm taking a reference variable. I'm storing these object data into this reference variable. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whatever here we are calling the default constructor of that particular class. So that will create the space. ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ఇక్కడ డిఫాల్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కాల్ చేస్తామో ఈ డిఫాల్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ యొక్క ఆబ్జెక్ట్ దానికి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది. దానికి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే ఆబ్జెక్ట్లో ఏముంటుంది, ఆ క్లాస్ యొక్క ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో ప్రాపర్టీస్, బిహేవియర్స్, మెథడ్స్, దాని యొక్క ఐడెంటిటీ మొత్తం ఎందులోకి వస్తుంది, ఇందులోకి వస్తుంది. ఓకే,
Yes, sir.
సో ఇది మనం ఎప్పుడైతే న్యూ కీవర్డ్ యూజ్ చేస్తామో అప్పుడే ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నట్టు. అంటిల్ అన్లెస్ న్యూ కీవర్డ్ యూజ్ చేయనంత వరకు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. ఇప్పుడు మీరు అంటున్నది ఏంటంటే లైక్ సార్ నేను స్కానర్ క్లాస్ యూజ్ చేసుకుని, ఇది స్కానర్ అనేది ఒక క్లాస్. సో స్కానర్ క్లాస్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని, సో షెల్ ఐ స్కానర్ క్లాస్ అనేది ఎందుకు మనం ఇన్పుట్ తీసుకోవడానికి,
Yes, sir. Dynamic.
డైనమిక్ ఇన్పుట్ కన్సోల్ నుండి తీసుకోవడానికి మనం స్కానర్ క్లాస్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తాం. సో వెన్ ఎవర్ వి ఆర్ క్రియేటింగ్ ద object for that scanner class, so here where we are creating by calling we are passing that input system in, we are passing object system in, we have a system out also. So system in we will take, means system input, what we are telling to this constructor, the scanner class constructor take the system input. Whenever we have created all these object, take the system input. Okay, we are telling. So here what we will do, s dot, when we are call that methods, next int. Yeah, so this is the method available in this scanner class. Okay, next into, next flow to, next double, next line, these are the methods available in the scanner class. Okay.
Yes, sir. So already we are using a new keyword na sir. సో అట్లా ఏమన్నా ఎర్రర్స్ చూపిస్తుందా అని, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవడానికి న్యూ కీవర్డ్ యూస్ చేసి చేసుకుంటాం కదా, ఇప్పుడు స్కానర్ లో న్యూ స్కానర్ సిస్టమ్ అని యూస్ చేస్తాం కదా, సో 2 times న్యూ తీసుకుంటుందా?
ఎందుకు తీసుకోదు, ఇది వేరే క్లాస్, ఇది వేరే క్లాస్ కదా. మనం ఈ క్లాస్ ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం, ఈ క్లాస్ ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం, అలా 100 క్లాసులకి 100 ఆబ్జెక్ట్లు క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు.
ఓకే,
మనకు 100 క్లాసులకి 100 ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే,
ఎస్ సార్.
ఇది సపరేట్ క్లాస్ కదా. మనం దేనికి సేమ్ క్లాస్కి, ఇప్పుడు సేమ్ క్లాస్ నేమ్కి మళ్ళీ ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సేమ్ నేమ్ తోటి చేస్తే అప్పుడు ఇష్యూ వస్తుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇదే నేను ఇలా పెట్టాను అనుకో, ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది. సో నేను ఏం చేస్తా, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు
ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ప్లేస్ లో సమ్ డిఫరెంట్.
సో నేను ఇలా పెట్టాను అనుకో, ఆల్రెడీ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఇనిషియలైజ్ అయింది, డిక్లేర్ క్రియేట్ చేసేసినావు, మళ్ళీ ఇదే నేమ్ తోటి ఎందుకు చేస్తున్నావు? ఇప్పుడు నీ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ 1 అని కూడా వేయచ్చు. అప్పుడు ఏమైతే వేరే ఆబ్జెక్ట్, న్యూ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కింద తీసుకుంటుంది.
ఎస్.
So multiple objects I am creating for that same class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
When do we use system out, sir?
System
or scanner in scanners. System dot out.
System dot out dot ఇక్కడ యూస్ చేయాలి బేసికల్ గా. ఇక్కడ మనం system dot out dot ఇది ఉంది కదా, system
Okay.
dot println.
Yeah.
We are calling that only by default. System dot out dot println.
Got it, sir.
So like that we will use. Let's see. So we'll see the next tomorrow regarding these topics. Okay. Abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Each individual topic will elaborate. Okay. Any doubts?